All right, all right, all right. We're back. We're back, baby.
What's up, guys?
We are back. The
I know.
American Fan
Probably
Podcast.
thought, it's going to be another month before they have another episode. Haha, you're
No,
not wrong.
No, you're wrong in that.
Lots of things have happened, not only in the entertainment, but personal lives and also the political world. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. This is going to be a little bit of a fun
You
one.
can't tell everybody you had a move, so that's
Yes, I just
one
moved
of the
this week.
reasons we were a little behind. I guess you could say on
Yeah.
scheduling,
Instacarting,
yeah.
getting the process of moving.
Yeah.
And then you're working on your house. You had a conference to attend to.
Yeah, I was in Minnesota. Do you know these wildfires? The fires that were going on in Canada.
Oh God, we dealt with that. Was when we were moving. We were dealing with that.
You were dealing with that here in Minnesota. I kid you not. This is not a joke. It was crazy. It literally looked like London fog, where you weren't really allowed to walk around the street just freely. There was 2 days.
Seriously?
I was there for 3 days. It was so thick. They were questioning people like, "Where are you going? What are you doing?" Like, it was bad. The wildfire smoke was like a real thing.
That stuff affects me with my asthma.
Exactly. It even came down this way.
And of course, we dealt with it while we were moving. And granted, we had movers, but it's like, that's neither here or there. But anyway, enough of the crappy wildfire situation. We are reviewing 2 movies.
It is a movie review episode. So we'll start off, and we watched this, it was a few weeks ago.
We watched one at the beginning of June.
Yeah, so...
And then one last week because of 4th of July weekend.
We're a smidgen behind schedule in terms of... on the review on the one, and then the other one we just saw like a couple weeks ago, yeah. So, yeah. So we'll start off with Masters of the Universe.
Yep, the He-Man movie.
The He-Man movie, I literally was waiting for this movie to be released because, personally, I absolutely loved He-Man and Masters of the Universe. My brother can attest to this if he watches this episode. I used to stand on my parents' couch. I used to get, you know how the paper towel rolls have a little paper towel?
And you used it as
thing. Sometimes you feed it to like hamsters or gerbils or whatever, the little paper towel cardboard thing that the roll goes around. I would stand on my couch, and I didn't realize at the time I often did it naked, which was bad enough. But I did have my underwear on sometimes, my little underoos, Spider-Man, Superman, Incredible Hulk. Anything that was colored to hide any of the skid marks or the stains. We didn't wear white ones. I did not do white underwear. That's a bad move if anybody does that. But I would stand on my parents' couch and I would, hold up, and by the power, they lived on a street called Maple Grove, and I go, by the power of Maple Grove. Everybody would scream at me, go put some clothes on. What's wrong with you? But I love the character He-Man.
I watched it when I was a kid.
It was awesome, and the movie, to me, was okay. I don't know if there's a better description of that movie than 2 letters. It was okay.
I have a better one for that.
Which is?
Meh.
Nah.
No. Meh. Like M-E-H.
M-E-H.
Not nah, like...
You got
like
3 letters. Yeah. It's indifference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... What else is there to say about her than... Look, this is all I can say about the movie. I think it was faithful to many of the elements, like the tiger being how he was. The thing is, I didn't remember half the characters' names. I was 5 when I last watched the
Cringer
show.
becomes Battle Cat. I think they did a good job with that.
Adam's design was accurate. Like, he had the pink shirt on Earth, the jeans, and then when he transforms, he has the suit and gets, abs and all that stuff. And, and Skeletor, and this is, I can't believe I'm saying this about, and by the way, I wasn't one of the haters of Jared Leto, but I'm not particularly the biggest Jared Leto fan. I'm not a hater, but...
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I'd be fine with he was never in a movie again. I'm just indifferent to him.
Gotcha.
But I will say that I think this is probably his best role he's done.
I agree with you.
And I can tell I think he even said he wanted to play at least a role like that, like Skeletor.
Yeah.
And I think
he wanted to play that character.
Yeah.
He fought to play Skeletor.
Yeah. So, like, that there's something to be said about that, and I can tell these people kind of had fun, like Jared Leto in particular. But the biggest problem with this movie, it's who decided. And listen, the show wasn't something to be taken seriously. It was a fun entertainment show of the good man versus the evil demon, like whatever you would call the demon guy, whatever the demon lord, not demon lord like Dragon Ball or something. But they really they forced humor into every aspect of this movie.
Agreed.
And that's not something you do. Like, there are plenty of points where it's humorous. That's fine. But when you're, like, trying to... And He-Man, when he gets... Tell me if I'm wrong. Similar to Shazam, when... I think his name's Billy. That played... You know, who's Shazam. He's the guy who turns into Shazam.
Yeah.
When he goes, Shazam! And he transforms, he gains wisdom and maturity when he's in that form. The same thing applies to Adam when he turns into He-Man.
It's supposed to.
Like
They
becomes more of a
100%.
warrior and a better
they
fighter.
Should have portrayed that. They did not.
They didn't.
No.
He
became stronger. He became superhero-like, but he also still had the qualities of Adam.
He was just Adam
in abundance. It was almost
he
like
wasn't He-Man.
He wasn't really He-Man. He was Adam on steroids. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
So it's like
disappointing.
And then there wasn't the real fighting. I'm going to be honest, did not really happen until like the last 15 minutes. Now listen, that fight scene between He-Man and Skeletor,
awesome.
Holy crap!
Awesome. That part of the movie, awesome.
But the thing is the other parts of the movie are not like. I mean, the beginning scene was like, okay, fine way to start the movie. Like, that's why I was like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
But once Adam was like an adult, until you get to that good fight scene, what's there to say about it? Like, yes, the character designs are good and whatever, but I don't feel like they did a good job of separating what Earth is and where, forgive me, Eternia are. Like,
you're right.
At least with Thor, granted, you know, they added more comedy to Thor than they ever did in the comics or in Norse mythology. But at least when Thor was in, like, Thor, the Dark World, and then as opposed to him in Thor 1, it still felt different. You know, you were still able to feel like the world of Valhalla as opposed to being on Earth.
Your comment of forced humor is accurate. That's what it was.
But then there's Masters of the Universe. It felt like next door neighbors. They didn't feel like different worlds.
Correct. They should have been very distinct because you got Eternia is like paradise, and you have Earth. I know they kind of it was like almost homogenized. It didn't. There wasn't enough separation. Too much forced humor. Not enough character development into He-Man.
I don't think the character chemistry was average.
It was average at best. Special effects were really cool in spots.
The effects
Other spots were kind of a little bit, I don't know, almost overdone. You know, like, I don't know. I just thought it was okay. I mean, I liked it just because of the fact I liked He-Man so much. Did I like the actual movie? If I were to remove myself from my liking of those characters and that particular cartoon as a kid, I'd probably say it's below average. So it gets away with an average for me because of my liking of the character itself. So
the thing is, for me, it had been so long since I watched He-Man. I still have some vague memories of it, but not enough to where I would be in your camp.
I forgot to research this before the episode, which is okay, because sometimes we just wing it here on the American Fan Podcast.
Sure,
which is totally okay. But I forgot the actress's name who played Teela. You know,
I know who you're talking about because I know her from Riverdale.
I mean, sensational. She, I thought, was the best part of the movie. The guy that got to play He-Man, okay. Man at Arms. okay, he's a famous actor. What's his name?
Idris Elba.
Yeah, 100%.
The black guy.
Yeah,
her dad.
100%. Yeah. Okay, in that role, I liked him in other movies way more than I liked him as Man at Arms. But I mean, all of the characters were okay, with the exception of Tila. I thought she carried some scenes. Plus, she's really, she's got a very nice undercurrent of just, she's sexy. There's nothing less to say. I mean, she took a character Tila and just made it like really sexy. And then I gotta say, I'm in the boat with you, side by side with Jared Leto. I could take him or leave him, but I thought he was awesome as Skeletor.
Like,
really
even
did.
Skeletor had some writing problems, and that's what it comes
but
down to.
He carried the scenes as an actor, even though the writing was subpar.
Like the scene in the beginning where he, if you guys can't tell at this point, we're giving spoilers, but the movie's been out for well over a month.
Oh, this isn't a spoiler now. I don't think anybody else went to go see it. So
no, but the thing is, like, the first moment I noticed the writing was off, and whoever wrote the movie, I try not to be harsh, you had to be fired. And that was when he was doing his maniacal laugh thing in the beginning after they took over Eternia. And when he did, like, the ha 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 ha, and then he was like, okay.
None of the other characters laughed.
Yeah, it was like it was like,
it was a really
what
bad
was that scene supposed to be?
No, it was bad. It was a bad idea in that
so
yeah.
I can't say I recommend people to go see it. I just can't.
I would just say if you're a fan of that cartoon as a kid, or you liked He-Man growing up, go ahead and check it out. I mean, it's not bad to go watch.
It's not the worst movie.
Here's how Nick and I know we have talked about this in the past. It's a great way to judge a movie. Would you go out and buy it so you own it?
Would you see it again? Would you buy
see it? Would you see it again? Would you buy it? And me, it's neither. I would not watch it again, and I definitely wouldn't purchase it.
Like, like, now, in reference to the next movie we're about to talk about, goodness.
Yeah.
That is not a movie. Like, if my friends were to put on Master of the Universe, I'd probably just rewatch John Wick clips on my phone, or play my Switch 2, and I'd play my Switch 2 or something. And I just wouldn't.
Let's transition. So we gave the synopsis on He-Man. Take it or leave it. If you want to go check it out. There's nothing what I would call special about it, which is disappointing because I was hoping they would do that right, meaning they would create a sequel. I don't know how they're talking about a sequel. The first one wasn't well received at all.
It also didn't make money. It lost a lot of money.
So that's on He-Man. Take it or leave it. And then we watched what I really wanted to see. I mean, another movie. Both the movies I really wanted to see. I wanted to see Young Washington. I love history. I'm always a history buff. My favorite movies of all time are historical context movies. My number one being Braveheart, William Wallace, Mel Gibson, Gladiators, number two, Russell Crowe, The Age of Rome, that type of thing. I love movies like that. So Young Washington was focused around young George Washington, the American Revolution War. I was like, oh man, I gotta go see this. It's like 2 movies in a row, like that I was super excited about, and I kind of left wanting more in the movie. I thought the movie was, again, okay at best.
I thought Young Washington was a good, solid watch for one time, and it went, like, it came and went. I was able to watch the movie, but throughout, I was wanting more. And the thing is, it doesn't help that as much as I love history, and I love my country, and the politics, and you and I talk a lot, I'm not, I only know Washington as the first president of the United States and leading up to what he did for the United States of America. But I never learned what he was in his 20s. So I went in with, like, empty knowledge. But even with that, I didn't feel like, not that you didn't learn anything. I don't think you learned enough. Because you only learn about, like, a few years. Well, there was a point where he's, like, a little boy, and then you see him as a...
It kind of takes you through his childhood, his teens, into young Washington. You learn some things about him in a historical context, but I'm not certain the movie really... It doesn't grab you. The fight scenes are okay. I mean, maybe above average.
The last battle was interesting.
Yeah,
that
maybe a little bit above average as the movie went along. The fight scenes got a little better. I don't know, and here's what I told you in the parking lot after we watched the movie. I don't know who the actor is that plays young Washington again.
He's fairly
new. He's not like he's not been on the scene, so to speak, for a long time. Yeah, he's good. He's a handsome guy. He's good. I don't know if I would consider him great. So, and I remember watching the movie Lincoln with
which I still haven't watched it, with Daniel Day-Lewis.
And you think you're actually watching Abraham Lincoln. You're immersed in the movie. You actually feel like you're going back in time, and you're in that setting at that time of the Civil War, everything else. Here, I'm very aware that I'm watching a movie, and I don't buy him completely as a young George Washington. Does that make sense?
No,
that's kind of where I'm at with that movie. So
I think
if you're a fan of history and you want to go see anything about George Washington, yeah, I mean, that's okay.
I'll tell people, hey, give it a watch and see what you think.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's not a bad movie.
It was actually a 7 out of 10 for me. I was like,
it's not a bad movie
it's
at all.
Objectively, there's nothing horrible about the movie,
but there's nothing fantastic about it.
So
either.
That's what it is. It's and again,
average movie.
Would I watch it again if friends got it playing?
Probably
you know what?
not.
Look, I'll hang out with you. No.
Yeah.
Hang out with the boys.
But you'll do something else while they're watching the movie.
Depends on my mood, you know? But if someone was like, dude, I really want to go see it, I would just say, just lower your expectations. Yeah. Just lower it. And the thing
would you ever purchase it?
And I wouldn't. I can't say
so
I
there's
would.
my answer
and then the other problem with it is when you're learning about something like this is the first president of the United States. Wouldn't you want to have seen like what happened? Like, hey, now I mean they kind of did this at the end, but it was just in a credit form. But seeing his rise to being the leader of the country, becoming the president, leading his soldiers into war. I can see them making a sequel, but I just think with something like that, you'd probably want to see him not just a person in his 20s. You know what I mean?
100%.
So that's just my take on it.
I mean, that's a nice little, like in terms of an episode, in terms of movie analysis or just movie watching and recommendation. Those are our sentiments and feelings on those particular two movies. We got some cool ones coming out. There's a Jason Statham movie that you want to
Yes.
I think that's coming out over the next few months.
Mutiny, and that is in August.
Yeah, okay,
and that
so
looks
it's a month away.
Even better. And Morgan and I watched this recently because it hit Stars, and that was Shelter. We actually watched that movie that came out in January.
Oh, okay.
I know we wanted to, but my mom was, I think, out of town. We wanted to take her. And actually, Iron Lung had come out the same day as that movie.
Oh, yeah,
and we really wanted to support Iron Lung because I told you that it's made by a YouTuber who had no distributor. You know, I told you about that. He funded the movie himself.
Was Shelter a Statham movie?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I never saw that. Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, we had seen trailers and we're like, yeah, we'd like to watch it, but we just never got around to it. But this one looks better.
Mutiny looks pretty awesome.
It looks like I saw the trailer, I'm like, ooh, like Shelter, I was like, ooh, this looks good, but this was like,
definitely be
that's a must.
That'll definitely be on the agenda, yeah.
That's definitely, and then other than that, I can't really think of much else. You could say, oh, we got Marvel movies coming out, but who watches a Marvel movie in 2026?
Well,
So
we'll leave it at that. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do a like shorter episodes, so more people can like watch whatever they want. We're gonna come back and talk about
the current state of affairs.
yeah.
But we're not gonna tell you what.
We're not gonna tell you what, but yeah,
stay tuned for the next one.
There are a couple
All right?
things we definitely have to chit chat about. So we'll see you in the next episode.
See you guys later.
All right.